these are all the drums. We got the Nerf 18, Nerf 25, Nerf 35 full length. Then of course we have, this is the overheat drum, V1 and V2 with some of our modifications and tweaks. And then we have the super drum, and I'm sure there are other drums out there than our V1 drum, and this is the V2 drum. Let us know what you think you'd be interested in. Would you be interested in an 18 round cute little guy? Would you want like a 100 round drum? We'll probably end up doing that at some point. But hopefully we'll be able to get drums in the hands of more people without them having to like file and lube and sand and worry about anything like a commercially available half-length drum. We did build a couple of drums, test different ones out, so we kind of have an idea of what we're looking for and what we like or don't like about various things. Probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we'll have this done and ready to go, and then you guys can purchase 50 to 100 round drum to use in any of your standard blasters. You can use different necks to fit different mag types as well. So look out for that next 2 or 3 weeks. If you're interested, check out our product page, check out on opt-in to get updates on the progress and whatnot. Really excited about this. Springers are one thing, flywheelers are another, but AEBs are a third. Because springers, you don't need a high rate of fire. Flywheelers are a high rate of fire, but they're usually really simple. This is high rate of fire and complex pusher system. And we tested it in our drum mag that's not named, our Frontline drum, and it actually cycled. No jams. We only did load half a mag though, because when we tested it at the time, we didn't have a fully feeding mag, and the super drum didn't quite keep up. I think it's because of the larger pusher cycling, but surprisingly enough, we filled this with 30, 25 darts, and it was actually able to feed and keep up on a 4S fully charged, full rate of fire storm, which is really exciting because a lot of times drums feed well in springers or feed well in flywheelers, but a drum feeding AEB would be awesome. Obviously, you got your MPPs, your motorized pump pistons, your VK1Ss, so being able to use that. I know that there are some changes I've heard to, for example, the super drum that is gonna make it more MPP compatible because it had some feeding issues. I think because of the AEB pusher having to return with their spring is different than a flywheel returning on its pusher, or different than a springer when you prime it back. But with an AEB needing to have a spring to reset the pusher, that can cause problems. Same thing with the HPA cores having a spring reset core. It makes the feed lips and everything a little bit more complicated, but this was able to feed. Didn't get any jams on our Frontline drum. So if that interests you, stay tuned, because coming up we'll have more information about it, pricing, overview video. Of course, we're gonna have to test it with a ton of blasters to see what it does work and does not work with, and we'll have different neck and feed lip sizes depending on how picky your blaster is. I actually ran it in a Proteon, no jams, no problems already. One mag lasted me 3 or 4 games, I think, of like quick flag, like speed rounds, like King of the Hill. 1 5-minute game, 1 mag, and that's it. Not even that hard to reload, because you can actually reload, put a dart in, rotate it, 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 and you just keep doing that all the way around. I personally like that a bit better than a ratchet design. Everybody has their own preferences, but I find like in the middle of combat, if I have a risk of the ratchet disengaging, my blaster stops feeding, and that's kind of detrimental. Like I would prefer a slightly, maybe less convenient, but faster reload than a more convenient, less reliable reload. The Ezekiel Mythical 50 round drum, that was, I think, the first drum ever that was actually, you could get it and use it, and it was commercially available. But that one, you did have to take off the whole front side to reload, or it had a complicated loading mechanism. It was also very expensive. So hopefully we'll be able to marry the functionality with simplicity to keep the cost down for everybody. Let us know what you think though. Stay tuned, it's very exciting.